Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2 The Shattering, where today we are mostly trying to build up some more advancement points because I would love to be able to make some weapons out of bone. So I was looking at what we need a little bit more. We have a couple of people who would really benefit from some perception weaponry, obviously. Hard to imagine we don't want to go for like some throwing spears. We could pick up wands in addition off of the ranged weapon branch here and save ourselves an advancement point relative to coming over to pick up artifacts. But even though we have a number of people who have decent destiny, which is the stat that wands scale off of, that leaves us a lot weaker in yellow challenges, having those people wield wands instead of artifacts. And they're actually, we're doing really well with the artifacts. So I think we're going to end up in a place where we just, we want to spend 3 advancement points here and 3 more advancement points here. It's not totally ideal. So you can make thrown spears entirely out of bone, which is awesome. You can make these partially out of bone. We're going to have to use something else. But a thing that is worth noting is that maybe, if it turns out to be hard to get advancement points, if we start having trouble, it might not be necessary to go all the way to I guess you have to go all the way to max level in order to be able to make spears entirely out of bone. I don't know. We'll think about it. The important thing to remember now is that we have some quests available to us. We should be powerful enough to get through the Smith's Legacy now, so I think we can head up there and do that a little bit. We should be fine. Everything should be fine, I think. But I can't interact with this turn, so I guess let's just make camp for a second here, and we'll pick up some more coal. Why not? And the resources back on so I know what I'm camping near. Okay, you go about your business setting up a camp when you realize that some of your food is missing. Over the next few days, you notice missing bits of equipment. A spoon here, a sock there. 78 fish. Who would even notice 78 fish missing? You have keen senses of perception. You spot a lizard-like little man-thing come from under the earth and drag its treasures back down in the blink of an eye. Okay, well, we could intimidate it or we just murder the hell out of it. We're trying to be harmonious with the living things of Thea here. Also, it's still probably the case that we're better at yellow challenges than we are at red. The creature is unable or unwilling to speak to you, yet your words clearly left a mark. It twists its head and regards you for a time, then hops back into its hole and re-emerges with a small bundle. It does not give back your food, but it seems satisfied with the trade. Does it now? That's weird. I don't feel satisfied with the trade. That's a pretty good relic, though, actually. That's really nice. And then some amber robes, which are kind of whatever. We should probably just also kill it, and then maybe we can... It hopped back into its hole. We know where it's taken the food. Theoretically, if we kill it, maybe we just take the food back. I'm just going to kill it. When attacked, the creature seems to multiply, but it does not help the little fiend as you killed it. And did not get your food back. Great. Well, whatever. We have 35 turns of food. Somehow we shall persevere. Alright, let's go do quest. Let's go do this quest over here that we know we can do. Also, we can reveal a little bit more territory on the way. So we're not too far off of another advancement point. There's still this terrain artifact over here, and we can still go back to the mainland and explore. There's a lot of unexplored territory left. And we have a crew that is, reasonably good at the business of research now, so it shouldn't be too hard to get value out of the terrain artifacts once we've removed them. Dobrovia probably does not need the strength. Hold on, let's take a quick look here. First of all, I should remember to equip my new Masterwork Iron Relic. Oh dear, it's too heavy for the elf. Well, we can change up the elf's armor and stuff a little bit here. How much was it too heavy by? Okay, only a little bit, right? It is about 60 pounds heavier than the thing she's wearing now. Yeah, so we're pretty close. So we could drop, anything. We could even just switch to lighter armor. I could swap the bone medium armor. I don't really want to give her the best red armor. But I guess Nibor usually stands in the back. Okay, if we do like this, then she can carry it. Yeah, in her hands, this is fairly powerful. And the snare is actually going to trigger for a reasonable amount of damage, too, off of 11 intellect. That's really nice. Okay, this is... Is this an upgrade for anybody else? What are you using? Okay, you're using a 1.1, so let's swap the Elven artifact onto you. Okay, what was I talking about? I don't even remember. Couldn't have been important. Hey you. Why are we not moving? Go. No? Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out whether I needed to level up Dubrovia with strength, and I didn't even look at her carry limit. Okay, so her carry limit's low. What are the odds she gets? The odds that she gets played into a red challenge are basically 0, so we'll give this little extra armor to you. So do we want 2 points of strength for the carry limit bonus that it provides, or would we rather take a point of intelligence? I think I'd rather have the 2 points of strength. I don't know that we'll ever do this again, but it's a significant amount of carry weight. Yeah, I'm not allowed to move my boat for some reason. Can we please? Yeah, I guess it's telling me I have to get back on land? I don't understand why that would be the case. Yeah, it lets me get back on land. Alright, well, even if both of these attack us, we should be fine, I would think. I'm going to put us in camp mode, so if they do attack during their turn, we'll heal a little bit at the camp rate afterward. Should be easy enough to blow them out with yellow challenges. It's another one of those things where, like, I could manually resolve these and get probably a flawless result, but, you know, my human time is valuable. I don't think 2 points of wisdom is the right move here. Let's take the mysticism. I know we don't have good mysticism scaling weapons yet, but we'll find some, and when we do, we'll be happy we built her up properly. Wasn't really how I was planning to do this. Okay, these are easy enough, though. Yeah, we're good at yellow and purple. It's wild to me that we're taking any damage at all on those. Caught off guard by a hurricane, you find a cave to take shelter in. Yeah, we could take cover in the cave. I'm not afraid of anything that we might meet in there. Hey, look, it's some wolves. Easy enough. And then, you know what? I'm going to take out this rat's nest, too, while we're here. Okay, we got some stuff there. Nothing terribly valuable. Boguslava probably wants more wisdom rather than more strength. He's got enough strength. He's got way more strength than he needs. Alright, let's go find this dwarf's daughters. Hopefully he won't be too upset about all the time we spent doing other things in the interim. I gotta say, our time on this island has not been nearly as brutal as I was afraid it might have been. Okay, we have in fact spotted the 2 girls here. Huddling over small rocks and singing in Dwarvish, we know this deal. Why do they want to be dwarf wives? How is drowning this baby gonna help? Oh, this isn't the drowning the baby thing. This is they're singing to the rocks, and it turns out that the rocks are rock trolls, yeah. I do not think we are ready for a difficulty 8 red challenge, so let's grab these Rusalkas and haul ass. Okay, we escaped. The girls are in floods of tears. They're going back home. Hey, we did it. Hey, we did it. We're big damn heroes. Ain't we just? Well, let's sail back over to the dwarf. We've been approached by a pack of beasts. I have no interest in dealing with this pack of beasts. Well, they're dropping us a fair amount of wood, at least. I thought we were supposed to have enough movement to get over to the coast here in a single turn there. I must have miscounted, I guess? Dubrovia is definitely not taking brute force, and you almost certainly don't want wisdom. Right, perception it's not quite as good for gathering, but it does do other things for him, obviously. Alright, so we'll still get some loot for interacting with the other thing here as well. Just knock this out really quickly. Hey, honey, that's a type of food we don't have. A little bit of morale to be had there. You definitely do want to take the wisdom. Okay, they're back, and we just thank him and leave, right? I don't have any particular interest in getting involved in his business any further. And then he hands us a bunch of heavy stuff. Great. I'm overjoyed about the heaviness of these things. Well, the good news is we actually have quite a bit of carry capacity now. Can't really go anywhere this turn, so we may as well settle down and grab some wood. We're not going to be able to get to... whatever, that's fine. Just more stuff to burn. It's autumn. Crafting is faster. Enemies are more aggressive. Man, starting off in the autumn when the enemies are more aggressive definitely does seem like the most difficult season. Like, I know stuff is tough in winter in its own way, like it's very difficult to gather food, but you also get a bunch of free food through your early questing. Like, Theodore gives you a bunch, and autumn might actually be the most difficult starting season, just because you're most likely to get killed before you can establish. I guess it really depends on what kind of group you use. Autumn is going to be a more difficult starting season for, like, child-heavy groups, probably. Okay, I know all about this nonsense. We go over and we talk to them, and hey, it turns out that they don't know anything about Anya and Ava. It's weird that this option still says this, even if you have resolved the quest and you know exactly where Anya and Ava are. Alright, you're deaf to our song, but not to our kiss, and then we kill them all. And the question is, do we do a difficulty 4 red or a difficulty 4 purple? We're not amazing at purple, right? We're fine. Like, our artifacts all work on purple challenges, but we have more wisdom than destiny on all of the people who are using artifacts. Yes, that is true. I think we would rather do the yellow challenge, even though it's harder. Yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. You're fun after all. We are not the girls you seek, though we did see them walk into a cave, if that helps. Oh yeah, from here? How? How did you see that? Okay, we got a pet. We got a permanent wisdom bonus on Nibor, who is one of the people who has the least value for it. And we got some water demon wrap. Isn't that valuable? Okay, well let's park here. Let's take a second. Sort of reorient, heal up, and gather food and wood in anticipation of whatever is next. So we don't have any research material right now. It'd be a long time before we get any value out of a bit of research. So we probably do just need to go somewhere where there are terrain artifacts. We're pretty far away from this one now. Because I think we do want to... I would like to build us some weapons before we take on the Red Ridgers. Maybe I'm treating that as though it is too difficult. Where are we at on our Divine Path quest right now? We're to go to the Ancient Forest. There you will find your next task. Well, assuming that does, since that point of interest we were next to was not the thing for that quest, assuming that does mean Elfland, we're not far from it, right? That is Elf Island right there. The Elf Island was terrifyingly difficult, if I remember correctly, on our last attempt, though. So maybe we put that off a bit. So yeah, really what I would like to do is just... I would like to be able to build a couple of weapons, and then we can go take the Red Ridgers with the help of the demons, and see how that works out. So let's gather here for a turn. How is everybody doing on health and stuff? We really could use more regeneration. Unfortunately, additional sanity regeneration requires 70 morale, which is, like, just not happening. There's no way, right? So I guess we're gonna just march over here with her in terrible yellow shape. You know what? Let's go back to the main island. Maybe this is a little bit of cowardice on my part, but it's just gonna be so much safer to hunt there. The Lightbringers that we'll encounter... we're having weight issues. Hold on, let me resolve that. The Lightbringers that we encounter up there aren't going to be nearly as dangerous. Well, actually, I don't even know if that's true. Okay. There's no universe in which we would use that thing. Hold on, let's sort by weight. This armor's fine. It's just very heavy. I'm just going to recycle it. We're not going to use that. We're not using our second crossbow right now. We could, though. We could hand it to Nimuleth to use it for a while. We're definitely not using this thing anymore. This golden crafting tool is not as good as our topaz crafting tool, and we really only need to boost one person's crafting at a time. You know, it does have bonus sanity regeneration on it, though. Maybe we hold on to it for that. I'm going to go ahead and nuke the crossbow. If we want to put a bow on her, we'll make a better one. Excuse me. Okay, this is not a thing we'll ever use. That's got us down under our carry limit. Oh, just barely. Okay, let us... We're just sailing to a part of this island that we've never seen. It doesn't actually matter where exactly. Okay, you spot a shipwreck. At this point, I think we can afford to investigate shipwrecks. The vessel was large and likely still holds treasure. You spot unnatural movement aboard. The unliving likely haunt this ship. Well, let us prepare a ritual to cleanse this place, because it turns out magic is very powerful. The dark spell is broken and the unliving collapse. Their souls are free now, and also just very heavy. Just a lot of very heavy gear. So we can still move some. Zoha probably wants a point of strength more than anything else. You, I guess, take weakness because brute force is bad. We are 500 pounds over. I think I might actually want to... Let's see, this is a 5.0 delay. These have a 9.5, so that's pretty bad. But there's a lot to be said for that first strike damage, right? 11 points of first strike damage. Thing is, as it stands now, he actually can come in under people and hit them for the 16. First strike is super powerful, though. Oh, he actually is too heavy. Well, this'll lower his weight. How much was he over by? Oh, actually quite a bit. He's like right at his carry limit. Well, he doesn't need to be holding this at all. That'll solve the problem by itself. And then we should probably have plus HP on somebody, I guess you. I don't know that it matters. Okay. Oh, also, we're going to have you hold the golden crafting tool for a while here for the sanity regen, because you need it very badly. Right, and that hasn't resolved any of our weight problems. I got distracted again. We have actually a pretty good bone wand here. I think 1.5 is better than... Oh no, it is the same as Agusia's wand. But it is lighter. So yeah, we'll hand her this wand and then we'll break the other one up. Yeah, weight is a problem in a way that is not, I think, particularly, like, interesting. Let's see. We don't need this clay crafting tool. Probably don't need this wood medium armor. I don't need an amber club, that's for sure. Yeah, we're still overweight, but we're overweight by less. Keep in mind, the way that it subtracts movement points from you is by 10%. You lose a point of movement for every 10% over your carry limit you are. So I believe we did go down a quantum there. We're now only losing 1 point of move instead of 2, so... Even though we're still overburdened, it was worth something. We probably just need to dump a lot of our trade materials. I would love to do that in a way that gets us some actual value, like... trade, but maybe it's worth just throwing a bunch of stuff away. Like, we have a lot of rock that we don't need. I'm never going to want to build anything with this sandstone. Yeah. I'm probably never going to want to use the clay or the quartz either. If we're going to build something out of rock, we're going to make it out of granite or obsidian. These are heavy materials. Yeah, 3.5 each. We probably don't need the silver. We definitely don't need the iron. We have a lot of wood, but, like, the wood at least has uses. I will never build anything with basic leather. We'll never build anything out of amber. I probably don't need the topaz. Well, I guess if I'm going to throw one of them away, I should throw away the malachite. Because it's heavier, and stuff made out of improved resources is also lighter on the back end, so... we have a lot of basic bone that we don't need to be holding on to. And there's no chance that I ever make anything out of bone that is worse than dragon bone. It's just not going to happen. Okay, everything else we're carrying is gear or is combustible, or like we don't need the fur leather. Well, hold on. If we're going to make something out of leather, it actually might be fur leather. I certainly don't need to hold one scaled leather. I'm just going to dump all of the leather. You know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, so that has got us well underneath our carry limit, and let's go exploring. Sorry, let's end the turn, and then go exploring. Just need to find some terrain artifacts in some relatively safe places. Oh, hey, a ruby deposit. I was kind of hoping I would reveal some new kinds of food for us. Not new, different. Some different kinds of food for us. Well, we don't really have anything for everybody else to do then. Is there any cooking to do? Oh, okay, we have a little bit of meat. That is true. So we could run the grilled meat recipe twice. We don't want to use up all of the meat because having, meat and grilled meat are two different types of food. And so we do get some value out of having both of them. And then how are we doing on grilled fish? Are we close to out? We are actually completely out. Okay, we found a quarry. As you climb down, you see the stones below move in unnatural ways. You realize they must be rockers. Well, we could just kill them. Probably that's gonna... My guess is just kill them summons angry parents, right? So why don't we take a closer look around? We check the tracks and realize some adults may be close by. Still, you see a lot of precious stone here and cannot easily gather it without the rockers noticing. I don't really want to gather a lot of quote-unquote precious stone. You know what? If it's granite, we might actually make use of granite. Let's go ahead and grab stuff. Okay. Oh, 10 moonstone. You give the rockers some food and quietly gather stone on the side. The younglings seem very pleased with the gift and your spirits are lifted. Wow. Okay, 10 moonstone's definitely interesting. That's like... If we were to spend some advancement points getting to the ability to work Moonstone, this plus the 10 we'd get from that is definitely enough to make something. This clay is garbage, but... Okay, another kid. Excellent. That's actually really, really nice. I think I'm going to just pass turn 2 more times. We'll make a little bit more grilled fish. I know we don't have our most efficient people on fish gathering, but I'm actually okay with that. We don't have a lot of herbs anyway. And we just sort of run around looking for more stuff to get involved in. Okay, and more meat. More meat is good. Let us gather some fruit. We do not currently have any fruit. And then we can make a little bit more grilled fish, I suppose. So I have no idea what we're going to do with this kid. I'm not too worried about actually researching the terrain artifact right now. Mostly what I want to do right now is look around. You come across an unusual group of travelers. A huge spider queen, several smaller spiders rushing around her, okay, yeah, a Zerka and some stingers. Sure, what's up, everybody? You are not one of us, so we do not wish for your help. But listen, what if I could be one of you, like in a friendly way? Wow, 13 damage. That was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so Slavians felt we were disrespectful. If you want to aid us, reclaim our nest. If we agree to help. If we do this, we can get some Stinger rep and some Slavian rep out of it, which is fine. It's not like amazing, but it's totally okay. Alright, so we have a little bit of fruit now, and with fruit we can make some different recipes. Make some fish cakes and some rollata? Yep, rollata. Hey, look at that, I'm remembering stuff. Let's just put... I guess we could put multiple people... Yeah, if we could complete these recipes more than once, it would be cool. Remember, rollover gets halved, though. I don't think we're actually going to make it. Okay, where are we at on food types now? Okay, 8. 8 is nice. We're actually getting some people up to some reasonable levels. It really sucks that having low sanity crashes your morale, which prevents you from getting to the sanity regeneration. Sort of seems like that point of sanity regeneration doesn't do anything at all in a lot of circumstances. And hunters and witches are such powerful classes, just in terms of the extra options that they give you. May as well make camp. We got plenty of time. How many turns of sitting around are we looking at? Okay, 4's not so bad. I might actually just sit for 4 turns here, because I'm still trying to get her to actually regenerate her sanity. Oh, definitely take Gatherer. Actually, your intellect is reasonably high. That part of that's because of the ring. Remember that that's temporary. But showing off's like actually a pretty good skill, and we're not really having gathering problems. Yeah, I'm gonna take the points of showing off, I think. And then Dobrovia, I guess the wisdom, like, it's always tricky to know whether you should be focusing on a single yellow stat or maybe spreading them out, trying to remain versatile. Really, somebody has low faith. Man, stupid darkness. Okay, well, that's all I wanted. Rituals. We can definitely do a ritual. Put a little bit of our cooking stuff. Okay, so we don't have any wood of the right type here, so we'd have to use the 35 wood thing. I would much rather just do it this way. I think this is a fine way to do this. Alright, solve this problem. Okay, and there's our 3 advancement points, or at least the beginning. You find the cave of the spider cult's nest. There are indeed Slavian guards posted. Let's just talk this out. I could leave for a price. You pay us, we go. We do not have the manpower to harvest this nest, and we don't fancy seeing those spider folk again. Fine, I'll pay. I'm okay with that. We have all this clay, right? There you go, look at that. We're doing diplomacy. Okay, the Slavian actually did not like that result. Thought I remembered us getting a result where everybody was happy, but maybe there's a die roll involved. Let's have a look at these ruins. Ah, the people have been hive-minded by the light and just wandered off. Well, let's start by searching the village. And then, of course, there is the odd burnings. Oh, you can't search the village and follow the tracks. That's a shame. Okay, well, we could try to trade with them, but they're not going to have anything that I care about. So what do we want to do first? Do we want improved artifacts, or do we want to build some actual good throwing weapons? I know I'm leaning in the thrown spears a lot lately, but they're just very good. So we actually have some okay relics. These iron javelins are pretty bad. We could just make dragon bone or even rune bone javelins for Neobor, and actually, that'll make him better in purple challenges, right? Because they'll, if they're made of pure bone, they'll be usable in purples. That's not a bad idea, actually. And we're gonna end up wanting to get the points to do both either way. So yeah, I don't think it hurts us to go for that first. Especially since, like, I feel reasonably comfortable just going for it with our yellow and purple challenges right now. Yeah, alright, let's do it. Just need a couple more terrain artifacts to get things going here. I guess the other option we could go for is armor, because we are going to need armor for everybody. This is probably not a situation where we can afford to go heavy armor, although you can make heavy armor out of, at least partially out of bone, and we do know that the bone heavy armor is remarkably light. We'd probably have to research an improved type of gem or leather in order to make the stuff we really want to make. That's not a bad idea either. The question is, how much do I think we can avoid taking hits at all by just powering up our weapons? I think the answer to that is it's a non-zero amount. I think we can avoid a lot of need for armor by just having powerful enough spears. Okay, so let's keep looking for terrain ruins, or terrain artifacts. We've come across a cave. You scout the cave and see bear tracks. Oddly, you spot the tracks only within the cave, never outside. As you peer deeper in, you see a broken wheelbarrow, some other tattered equipment, and a sleeping bear. This almost feels like a reference to a myth or some kind of folklore, right? We can definitely handle a red difficulty 3 challenge. I have no doubt of that. Question is, do I think that sneaking past the bear might yield something else? And if we wake the bear up, the combat challenge is going to get harder, right? You kill the bear and its pack, and you are free to loot the cave, and Agusia gained a point of strength for some reason. Okay, and looting the cave didn't really get us anything of value. Alright, child. We have a healer. We don't have a Zerka. I'm going to take outmaneuver on you. I sort of want to take wisdom and try to get a Zerka. Ooh, hey. Oh, actually, that's lovely. Wow, look at that. What a good spot. Venero, the traveling salesman, would love to sell us some spider silk. You know what? Yeah, actually, I would love to do that. Pay for a chance of up to 3 robes. 6,000 is a lot. Here's the thing, like, we have all this building material that we're not going to use that I'm absolutely going to just throw away. So I figure we throw this all on the table and see if we're anywhere near. We certainly are never going to use any of these types of stone. We don't really need all of this stuff. The Solitaire Jewel is fine, but it's also worth 1,300 gold. And some spider silk robes are not, like... That's a reasonable thing. That's the thing we might actually get some use out of. We could go ahead and sell some dragon bone to just make up the difference at the end here. Dragon bone's quite valuable, and we know where to get a whole lot more. I'm going to... Let's part with all of the dark wood. And then, yeah, we'll just give him, like, 10 dragon bone to make up the difference. Okay, a chance of up to 3 robes. Sadly, only left us 2 robes, but... Diamond robes, made of diamond and spike leather. 18 points of red shielding for only 19 weight is pretty okay. So let's deal with the robe situation first. Everybody should get enrobed. Neobor is... Well, who's most likely to actually get hit in a red challenge? Zoha, right? She already has 19 points of shielding, and she's nowhere near her carry limit, so she doesn't really need this. Then it probably goes to Nebor, so he gets this one. Dorprovoya can actually just carry that. That's fine. And then 8.5 points of shielding. I guess it would be better for you to have this. And hell, this is light enough the kid can wear it. Or the kid can wield a crossbow. Not both. Yeah, that's okay. Not exactly what I was hoping for when we made that trade, but again, we would have probably thrown away almost all of that stuff, so I don't think it hurts us to trade it. Trade it with hope. So we don't have any vegetables. That's a priority. Let's get some vegetables. Let's keep gathering fruit. The kid is not going to be able to get us enough fish for it to matter, so you could just cook a little bit more. And I think we have... Yeah, we have food of all of the types we can produce here. I guess fish cakes are the thing that would be most worth making more of. Okay, a witch hut walks over to you on its chicken foot, and a voice booms from within. Pay, my dearies, and your curses shall be cured. I didn't even remember that we had a curse. We can just give her some fish, right? I think the standard fish deal makes sense here. Okay, apparently the kid had a spiritual curse and I just had not noticed. Well, showing off should be quite powerful on Nimilith. I don't know that we'll use it a lot because we have the relic attack there, but it's nice to have. Find a young girl crying out for help. Oh good, a quest line. This will be worth some advancement. Now let's offer her a place by our side instead. No, I will find the men and die if I have to, but I will not rest in peace. I have a family to go after. Okay. How old are you? Older than it seems, probably. Will you help or not? Sure, I'll help. Listen, I know this is not, like, the most harmonious thing to do, but if the kid's gonna go and fight him anyway... Okay, so ask them about the family they killed. I think we just side with the spider, right? I don't know that it makes a big difference here. Honestly, we're just doing the events because we know there are advancement points linked to them. So... Shirley, you also clear such nests. Yeah, I do. Try to establish a dialogue between the two. I don't know that we've ever ended the quest this way. And I think our party's actually powerful enough to pass, yeah, a Yellow 5 concept challenge. That's totally doable. The men did not fully realize that the beasts were truly different, and Suri agreed that her kind does hunt humans, so it is not entirely without reason to retaliate brutally. The traders pay the spider compensation, and the two parties agree not to cross each other's paths in the future. I mean, that was the harmonious way to do that, right? Yeah, that's a pretty good outcome. For some reason, 2 points of destiny for the healer. That's weird. I'll take it, though. Hard to be upset about free stats, you know? Let's search some ruins, blow up some undead. That's easy enough. Ourselves, ooh, some research material too. Okay, so probably the best thing to do is get in the water and just sail around a little bit, sail around the coast. We have a terrain artifact plus a research material. We need, like, another research material or another artifact before I think it'll be time to settle down and focus on research again. We have no idea. I mean, we want the kid to turn into a Zerka. Reliable argument is a good skill on Zerkas. They have a good stat progression for it. Or at least they're likely to, obviously. We have a lot of say in that. Not seeing a whole lot of terrain artifacts over here. Never mind. The moment I vocalize, I am immediately made a fool. Let's grab it. We could do a little bit more cooking, I think, because we now have... Oh, you can't use vegetables in this stuff. Well, do I feel like we're going to have so many advancement points that we could spare one for some recipes? Honestly, probably not. And I don't know that that's... I don't know that I think that's worthwhile. Huh, is her morale just permanently... Oh no, her sanity still hasn't recovered all the way, right? Yeah, it's taking forever. So wait, if someone's sanity is... If someone's sanity is below maximum, they don't recover morale at all? That really does make this basically useless. I mean, it says on her morale value that she's starting to recover, but if that's the case, why is she still at 0? Right? Alright, I don't necessarily need to fight you guys, but we can, and sometimes taking them down is worth an awful lot of loot. Awful lot of good loot. Okay, and sometimes it's worth 2 Shadow Bone. I think I want to hit this really quickly while we're here. Investigate the south. And we're not going to get anything of value out of it except for 2 research points. And then we could just kind of run. You know what? That was stupid. I should have moved to here. Oh no, I wouldn't. The grain is in this space up here, not this one. So it wouldn't have ended up mattering. Alright, let's just gather some wood to burn. Awful lot of Lightbringers around here. I was thinking we move up into the mountains, just look inland for more terrain artifacts and stuff, you know. May as well grab some fruit while we're here. No sense in wasting it. Slavians like us enough to talk to us, at least. Visit the food stalls. Do you have... Ooh, you do have some types of food that we don't have. We will only trade for my food. That's a little annoying. Well... We have 65 fish. We could trade off the majority of our fish. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Just expand our number of food types. It'll keep us moving. Terrain artifact. I am not worried about a band of crazed scavengers. It's something we can definitely handle. Oh hey, free dog. Does the kid have a pet? No, the kid does not have a pet. Probably we ought to give the kid this extremely high quality spitting spider though, instead of the dog. Especially since we don't intend for this child to become a hunter. Although, man, maybe it's just the case that all of your kids should be hunters all the time. Hunters seem very, very good. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. And then... I don't think Hurry Up is as good as Headbutt. Her Hurry Up is very advanced, though. Yeah, let's keep focusing on Headbutt. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Let's knock out this boar lair really quickly. Yeah, that's definitely worth the trouble it took for us to get over here. Okay, I don't know that we want to get... Do we want to move all the way over to here for this? This isn't exactly open ocean, but it is closer to the ocean. I guess if we're going back in the ocean, though, we're going out the north side of the continent, because we're going to here, right? Well, we have to get back to the Darklands anyway, because that's where our faction quest goes. Or our faction quest, our, our Lightbringer quest goes. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I guess we can have some people just start to do research here. I mean, we're going to pause here and do some research. They can warm the bars up a little bit, obviously. They won't be the ones doing all of the real work on that. So we're not really having problems with food anymore. And we're not really having problems with campfire fuel either. I think we're just in really good shape overall. Okay, so we do have the highest... Oh no, okay. You two actually should be working on this. Because this is going to be our bottleneck, that research time. And then whoever's best at gathering after that can finish this off, and then whatever hands we have left over can work on this. And the kid can just gather firewood? She's not even going to get anything done, really. This will get us to a whole bunch of advancement points, and then we can go back to the Darklands, make some gear, deal with the Red Ridgers, and then we can worry about our divine path after that, probably, actually. Okay, we're gonna have to fight these Lightbringers on their terms rather than on ours, but I think that's okay. We should be capable of doing that, with them only being a Strength 3 squad. Okay, they brought us some stuff to burn. Cool. Found ourselves some fur leather. Alright, so now that we're not gathering anything, I don't know that we actually want to do any more cooking. We're kind of low on cooking stuff. How are we doing on cooked food, though? We could use some more rollada. We could use some more grilled meat, I suppose. Yeah, alright, let's do a little bit more cooking. Okay, we don't actually have a lot of herbs left. Okay, we'll do it like that. Obviously, we don't want to cook too much rollada. Let's say we do this recipe like 3 times, because we're going to eat, maybe 4. And this recipe twice. That'll eat up all of our herbs. That's fine. Herbs aren't food by themselves. And then we'll be down to 20 meat remaining. That should be fine. Alright, 2 turns until the creature research is done, and then a whole bunch of turns until we've spent all of these things. Come across an old cave. Let's see, we found some skeletal remains, clad in different clothing and equipment, some older than others, suggesting more than one party attempted to enter this place that you have just entered. Well, that's not great. Let us remain vigilant with our magic. Sense the very strong presence of dark magic, necromancy. Power seeks to control the unliving bodies for its own unclean purposes. The shrine within, however, seems to honor the goddess Nea. Naia. I don't know how that's pronounced. The presence of necromancy in her place of worship is blasphemy. So, we should probably do cleansing rituals, right? It seems like cleansing rituals are, in general, very powerful. Alright, we got a not very good bone spear, some mushrooms, those are welcome, some mysticism on the witch, also welcome. The unliving lie still, the dark bonds released, and the necromancer's power diminished. The arch leading to the shrine shimmers with a blue light, and you know you may now enter. Within the shrine, you feel the grace of Naya upon you. You also see a fountain of white ash falling from the cave's wall onto the ground. You have heard that touching this death ash may bring fortune, but also calamity. I believe last time we touched it and it was calamitous, but I am going to touch it again. Okay. Actually, wow, 2.4 points of destiny is actually pretty handy. This is an okay time for winter to have fallen. We are going to burn through our supplies of combustibles a little bit more quickly, but that's fine. Speaking of, we have a couple of people with idle hands now. We should probably have them on wood gathering. Well, hold on. If we're just going to be parked here for 8 more turns, let's have these 2 be working on a bit of research. And then we can have you 2 gathering wood very slowly. Wow, yeah, that's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. And we have the kid gathering iron, not because we want her to get any iron, but because it's worth XP to do so, right? I have no idea where we're at on that child growing up. Okay, Lightbringers, not an issue. Our elf has finally gotten back to full sanity, which is nice. Ooh, 2 points of wits on Nibor is actually, like, very welcome. Double wisdom on Anya is also good. You need wisdom and intelligence to be a Zerka, right? I don't know what the thresholds are, though. I'm just going to take the wisdom. And Agusia, you don't really... Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to go for outmaneuver here with her low perception. Especially since she's already good in yellow challenges. So yeah, weakness. Let's just debuff some enemies. Come across the ruins of an ancient city. Most likely this was a dwarven settlement. Search the old ruins until you realize a dark foreboding mist is descending upon this place. Oh no, not another dark foreboding mist. Thankfully, we can battle this with the force of our spirit. And then we can attempt to siphon its power. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, we've seen both positive and negative outcomes to doing this. I'm going to siphon it. Yeah, like worst case scenario, oh no, we get cursed, and then in a couple of turns we buy the curse off with some garbage that we were going to throw away. It's absolutely fine. 4 more turns until the final terrain artifact, so we're going to have 6 advancement points when that happens. And partway on toward the 7th. That is enough to learn to make good artifacts and make good armor. Hard to imagine we don't want to take the perception on Nimileth. And then I think it's time to head back toward the Red Ridge camp. Oh, another one of these. Okay. We'll go ahead and fix his tooth. It's easy, it's just free stuff. Weapon block. Okay. Yeah, we can make our own jewelry as well. Don't really have a plan for what kind of jewelry we want to make. Alright, let's head to the coast. So we can just sail back across and catch fish over on the other side. Also, enemies can keep just bringing us meat. That's fine too. Some idiots want to fight. We kill them easily. Wow, that was nice of them. We are slightly overburdened. I mean, we could throw some stuff away, but I don't think it matters. Well, we're only at 4 movement. It's definitely not ideal. We could try to trade with that Slavian war party that's running around over there. I wish they weren't standing on top of the Lightbringer spawn, but that Lightbringer spawn might be fightable. Seven's a little high. Let's just leave quickly. Okay, oh, you should definitely pick up good luck. Hey, yeah, so we're not able to interact with them on that space, sadly. I mean, we're not so overburdened, but we could pull this down a little bit. And again, like, we have one of these situations where we just have a ton of garbage in our inventory. I'm definitely not going to use any sandstone. I'm definitely not going to use any clay. We're trying to get to 3,600 here. I don't need normal bone, or monster bone, or shadow bone. Well, hold on. There's no reason to get rid of the shadow bone, though, because we're under our carry limit now. I gotta say, Strybog knows how to build a raft. Alright, so what we really want to do here is go to a place where the dragon bone is plentiful, where there are fish nearby, and preferably also where there is a source of coal. So, that place where we were gathering before, right by the Red Ridge camp, seems like it would be optimal. And that'll give us the opportunity to sail south along the coast here and reveal a whole bunch of territory, and maybe find some more stuff that we're interested in. We have enough supplies that we can make it through the winter, even if we didn't gather anything for the entirety of the winter. Yeah, I gotta say, this is not as punishingly brutal as I was afraid it might be. Okay, wisdom and chance, not wisdom and intelligence. Yeah, child is wise beyond their years. Well, we have a really good spread of classes now, I think. We could maybe use a little bit more help in the Red Challenge arena. But on the whole, this is pretty good. So we could split apart here so that we're gathering coal and also the other stuff. Strybog, guide us through this storm. Of course he will. He loves us. And free destiny. It's a shame I don't know how it decides who it's going to give stat bonuses like that to. It does seem like it might always be giving the destiny bonus to whoever in your party has the lowest destiny. Seems consistent with what we are observing. Debating whether I want to go for that terrain artifact. You know, we already have 6 advancement points. We probably don't need it. So let's get out of the water right here. I mean, we can harvest the coal while we're doing the actual build. Like, what does this look like? We probably want to be gathering dragon bone with you, gathering fish with the secondaries, and then we could do some more cooking. I don't know that we need to. We're actually just out of fish, huh? Well, I mean, there's no sense in having these people sit totally idle. We could be doing a bit of research. And then where are we at on Rolada? We have plenty. But it's still pretty efficient, like, in terms of food. Turn 8 food into 12 food. Okay. So that will give us some stuff to do. We gather some more raw materials, because I'm sure we're going to want them. And let's get ourselves the ability to make some interesting stuff. So pristine matter. Here we go. Moonstone's over here. If we wanted to try to make use of that moonstone, we're talking about a huge number of advancement points. Almost certainly not worth it. This is the one I want. You know, the one that I didn't click on. I think we're in a position here where artifacts are sort of our bread and butter. Medium speed, medium damage, and an additional spell on the relics. Yeah, we have a number of people using just like one-handed artifacts with nothing in their offhand. We could increase, even if we just built relics that are the same level of power as the artifacts we're currently using, it would represent a pretty huge increase in our combat ability. So we'll be able to make them out of bone and something. Bone and some kind of leather probably would be good. Oh, I was looking at the wrong recipe. So gem and bone, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But we'll be able to get the rune bone in there. We'll be able to get some good value. And then we can make medium armor out of bone and leather. We are going to need more advancement points, I'm sure. We're going to want to make some better materials, but I'm debating between medium armor and heavy armor. Heavy armor doesn't necessarily have to be that heavy. We know that. What are we looking at in terms of carry limits? We're buttoned pretty close up against it. I mean, we have a lot of people who are wearing some pretty heavy armor right now. Armor that is heavier than what we would construct. I think we can just go for the heavy stuff. Yeah, I think we just go for the heavy stuff and it's more effective. At least as far as I'm aware, the only reason to go to lighter armor would be because you literally can't carry the heavy armor. To be able to use an additional primary, and yeah, like it doesn't say that the robes do anything. If it might be better for game balance if like robes gave you a stat bonus or something in addition to the other stuff. Because as it stands now, if you're in a position where you can make heavy armor out of like bone and leather or bone and gem, you really don't need very much strength to be able to just completely ignore the other armor types. Well, alright, I think that's the plan. Stuff just isn't really that heavy. So, let's look at crafting. Let's figure out exactly what we would need to make the stuff that we want to make. If we go into design mode here, it's a little overwhelming, but like, okay, hold on. Let's talk about just using dragon bone. If we didn't want to do all of the refining time, some kind of stone or gem would be good. We know how to gather granite already, and there is granite nearby. So with this, we can make like Life Leech plus Shield Leech, which isn't bad. This gives us the Brotherhood of Blood ability. Increases delay of a selected ally's action and increases this character's combat attributes. Huh, that's interesting. And on a normal one, it would give us Snare. Also, 1.5 scaling on the Life Leech Shield Leech is definitely interesting. If we went to gems instead, if we got a hold of some advanced kind of gem, that would give us the Life Leech plus the area of effect. And Dinner for 2 is the name of this skill. Each killing blow will heal a portion of health of 2 random allies. 20%. Wow. That's a lot. And by the time you're getting killing blows in combat, the fight's basically over a lot of the time, but... I mean, it's not like our health only matters during the fight, right? Although this is restoring actual health, which is not the stat that will be lost during combats where we can use this thing. So maybe that's not that good. If this could restore yellow or purple health, then we could use it to pull people back from the brink of death at the end of a combat, which would actually be really neat. And then, of course, if we went for metal, still Dinner for 2, actually. Weak regeneration. Okay. Yeah, if we could get to 70 essence somehow. Well, I mean somehow. We know how. If we get to 70 essence by using Runebone, then we could unlock the blue versions of the attacks, or we could just get a 1.6 scaling on the weapon attack. It's hard to imagine that this is the wrong thing to do. Corpse Feast. Heal a portion of health of each ally. That's really powerful. Again, it's the wrong color, unfortunately, but if it was the right color, that would be really powerful. I'm not actually going to start us building anything. I'm looking at the time and noticing that we're pretty much over here. I'm just trying to figure out, to give you an idea of what to look forward to. So see, when we make an elemental or legendary weapon with entirely purple essence, the weapon is then usable in purple challenges, scaling off of destiny. So actually, a dragon javelin or even a rune javelin on the elf would be super powerful. It's a lot of life leech. Unfortunately, the elf is really fast. So what we're going to see here is a bunch of life leech happening when it's not necessary because we're already at full health, and then we have to endure all of the enemy attacks, and then we could heal up at the beginning of the second round of combat. But if we're fighting things that are dangerous enough to be a threat to our health during round 1 of combat, then obviously this is not so useful. Shield Leech really is just so much better. That said, this is really good scaling on First Strike, and they're just good weapons. No two ways about that. If we wanted to, we could cut them with some red stuff. Lose that ability to attack purple, but gain true damage, and actually be at the threshold for the blue version of true damage, the good version. So like one of these might be good for the hunter, and then do the purple version for the elf so that she can use them in purple challenges. And then we got to talk about jewelry. There's a lot of options with jewelry because the different combinations give you access to different secondary spells. Yeah, we have a lot of things to consider here. We're gonna go through a lot of bone, which is part of the reason that I think we might just use Dragon Bone rather than going to Rune Bone on everything. Because if we go to Rune Bone on everything, we're talking about spending a tremendous amount of time just gathering and combining. We absolutely could do it, but we have to value my own time at something above 0, hopefully. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This is mostly a preparatory episode. If you have any strong feelings on how we should craft our items, let me know in the comments below. And come back next time, tomorrow, to see what we've decided and to, I think, just tear through the next couple parts of this Lightbringer quest. And we'll see you then.